Alright, here we are. We have, again, the 580X2 for both master and slave, the RadioPopper PX units, and the RadioPopper receiver with the new mount system. And we actually have turned on custom function number 6 on the flash units, which basically, custom function number 6 allows for fast recycle, well, basically not recycle, but fast discharge. So by default, your Canon flash will only discharge when it's fully charged up. This little function, this little trick allows it to discharge no matter what power you have in your flash. So what's nice if you shoot raw, especially for a flower toss or a kid running around, you'll be able to get, maybe just get enough light on that subject and be able to pull out that image. But we're really here to test out how fast these guys can keep up. I also have in the RadioPopper PX transmitter and receiver units function 2 set, which basically allows you to go faster without the little yellow blinking light saying, yes, I'm talking to you, yes, I received it, to blink. So now you basically can shoot as fast as your camera can shoot. Both flashes will keep up. So let's test it out. There's Cody leaning against the tree again, being our model. I have a Mark II set, and I'm just going to let it fly. So until my buffer on my camera timed out, the flash was able to keep up. This thing will keep up as fast as your camera will go, probably even faster. So realistically, any model that comes out right now, 8 frames, 9 frames, 10 frames a second, the RadioPopper PX system will keep up with it. In reviewing the video, the flash happens so fast and so often that you probably can't even see it. So we just want to reiterate that yes, the flashes were going off as fast as the Mark II from Canon can keep up with. Again, we had the custom function set on, so they might not be full recharge of batteries for your flash, so full discharge of the flash, but every time the flash went off, the RadioPopper transmitted the signal clearly and accurately. Alright, so now we have the PocketWizard Mini TT1 mounted on, and then the TT5, the receiver, with the offshoot camera cord mounted on the 580EX2 with a battery pack to make sure that the flash can recharge. And we're going to, again, let the Mark II just hit the shutter in high speed and see how many flashes we can get. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, if you can see, I'll give you the results. Almost identical, if not identical, to the RadioPopper PX. So both units can hold up very high speed flash units. So realistically, it's a null and void. It's a tie. It's a push. Both systems work very well at high speed flash. Alright, so now I'm going to try to change a custom function on my slave. Hang on, I forgot. You have to turn the unit off to actually be able to control any aspect of the flash. Now I'm in the custom function menu. And I'm going to turn on 7 on the 582 just to show you the problems we're having with some of the custom functions. Again, now turn this unit back on. It's almost like booting up a computer. You need to turn the flash on first, then turn on the flex unit. That came directly from the the PocketWizard guys. And so we're going to lay this out, balance it down, and we'll shoot now doing the exact same thing with custom function 6 and 7 turned on the 580X2. Works? Okay, 7 works. That's good. Now we're going to try 3. Again, I have to turn this off because these are the ones that we had problems with in the past, especially on the 581. And here we go. Okay, the 580EX2, the custom functions work fine. Now we're going to put on a 580EX1 and we'll show you the difference. This is a good time to talk about custom functions in the new PocketWizard TT1, TT5 system. When we first got this, they wanted an out-of-the-box experience, and we gave them that, and we simply could not get the system to work with the Canon 580EX1 units. TriCoast likes to use the 580EX1s a lot more than the 580EX2 simply because it has the simple master-slave switch on the bottom and it's not built into the flash unit. So, but we also like to use custom functions in our system. Several of them we use, and we'll talk about that later, but we could not figure out why the flash system would not work. We did everything it said in the manual. We read the manual over and over and over again. We couldn't get it to work. We actually contacted PocketWizard. they could not get it to work. And what we finally figured out is only on the, at least that we found so far, only on the 580EX1. We know that the 580EX2 works fine, but on the 580EX1, there are several custom functions that simply, when they're turned on, the system will not communicate. It will not flash. Perfect examples, here's the same setup we have with Cody. I have it set up, and it's just not going to communicate. I can talk all day long, try to get this camera to flash, I make this the TT1 to flash to the TT5, and it's not going to flash. So what took us 24 hours to figure out, and we're going to show you now in just a few seconds, you have to come over to the flash unit, the TT5, and it's kind of like starting up a computer. The TT5 unit actually overrides everything that your flash system already does. So to do anything on the back of the LCD, you have to turn the unit off. Once we turn it off, then I can come over to the flash and I can actually turn on my custom functions. And I'm in the menu and I'm going to turn off custom function number 7, turn it off, turn it back on. Now that's booted up, it's like a computer, and this is going to be booted up. And now that they're both, that custom function is turned off, exact same setting, and if you see, well, the flash is not working again. So there must be another custom function that's set up not to work correctly. So now let's go back through the whole system again, turn off this, come over to the custom function menu, and I'm going to turn off every custom function we have. 13 was on. Alright, so they're all off now. I'm in the off mode here for slave master. I'm going to turn this back on to C1. I have my mini TT1 on the C1, and now we're going to shoot. And now it's working. So the custom functions simply interfere with the communications of the TT1 and the Flex TT5 unit. I don't know why. Maybe they'll come out with a firmware that's going to correct this information. But at this time, the systems, the ones that we have, do not work.